Week by week and month by month, I find it more difficult than ever to relate to other human beings. I think I've taken too much of the red pill. My thoughts and ideas are increasingly becoming incompatible with the rest of society, as I see things completely different than most in this Western hemisphere and quite possibly the world. I don't view things quite as others. I'm very comfortable with this, and I'm becoming even more comfortable with this as I accept myself. See, for me, there's no true question of gender roles. And this Western society has had its run on mixing those things up. In fact, I even have a problem with the word gender roles, because a role can be reversed, or different types of people and what have you can fit into different roles. So in this video, I want to quickly talk about the myth of compatibility. And it's simply this: men and women are inherently different. And for me, it seems elementary to even mention this, but the people around me, the people in everyday life, other human beings seem to have a issue with this. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, maybe I think like the ancients. And if that's the case, I'm in good company. Now, in this present paradigm in which we now live in American culture, there's an idea of compatibility within relationships. And on its face, it sounds harmless. Wouldn't you want to be compatible with the person that you're dealing with of the opposite sex? But upon closer examination of such a thing, such an idea, such a concept, I find things lacking and missing. So, comparing, which is where we get compatible from, male and female, let's look at a few differences real quick. Men are typically stronger physically, stronger mentally, creative, powerful, idealistic, and other things that I don't care to mention. Women typically are frail, fragile, solipsistic, given over to material things, can only think in short term, is concerned with style over substance, meaning she doesn't care what you say, it's just how you say it. Have no creative impulses whatsoever, no natural curiosity. She cares not how a computer works, a cell phone works, an engine works, what have you. So quite naturally, her interest will be far different from the interests of men. Dancing with the Stars, the Housewives of whatever, doing her nails, getting her hair done, getting her toes done, attracting men, food and drinks. I heard a woman describe herself as a foodie, really. So you're a fan of food. Like that's something so creative. Now, having said that, if men and women are apparently opposites, how in the hell can there be compatibility? I'm not a huge sports fan, but I like basketball and I like boxing. And yeah, there's some women who can like that, because it's all television, all entertainment. But for the most part, what in the world would you have in common with most women? I don't read fiction. Most women read fiction. If I'm taking the time out to read some material, it must be true. It must be beneficial. It must be able to help me grow in my thoughts and in my mentality and in knowledge and wisdom. How often do you see a woman reading anything but fiction and rhetoric? So Is there real compatibility? I believe that it's a myth. It's a myth propagated based off the idea of egalitarianism. That if we're equals, then we should be thinking the same and headed in the same direction. Newsflash, women have no direction. All that a woman wants is to be comfortable and able to seek out material happiness. That's pretty much it. She has no greater thought. She has no sense of destiny and purpose. Where are we compatible? See, for me, as a man, a woman is to be dominated. Yes, she can be cared for. Yes, she can be honored as a woman. Yes, she can be treated well. But yes, she must follow. So there is no compatibility. This is where the relationship is headed. This is where my life is headed. And this is the direction that you must follow. This is the direction that you must go. There's no room for compatibility. I think that this Western culture is feminine. I think that egalitarianism is sick. At least gender egalitarianism. I think that Westerners are undercover homosexuals. Because how can you be compatible with the opposite sex? What makes the opposite sex attractive is that they're opposite. I'm soft, I'm hard, she's soft. Where is the compatibility? If it wasn't for the frailness of the female, why would I be attracted to that? How are we compatible then? We're opposites, and that's a beautiful thing. But in America, in the Western world, it's something to be ashamed of. Men and women should be equal. Equal where? I have a penis, she has a vagina. They're different. There's no comparison. Thus, no compatibility. I set the pattern and she follows. I make the rules. I dictate the pace. I put out the information. She receives the information. Like the whole idea of a woman giving a man some pussy. A woman can't give me shit. I have the dick. She has the base. She has the vagina. She receives me. I'm giving her. There's nothing a woman can give. She can serve, yes. Give, no. Compatibility, though. In order for compatibility to exist, equality of the sexes have to exist. Therefore, I will be an alien in the United States of America, in this planet that we call Earth, because I see with my eyes the obvious differences between male and females. Because I refuse to think like everybody else. I refuse to be indoctrinated by this Western culture. I refuse. I'm a man who thinks in line with logic, reason, and reality. Anything else is sickness. So I'll continue to be alone in my thoughts and in my attitudes. Compatibility, what a fucking joke. This Black Ram.